Hi everybody, we're going to do another little seated exercise session today, and we're going to work on our arm strength. So you need to find yourself a nice seat, ideally a dining room chair or something with a hard back that you can get a really nice posture on. Options to add in weights. Now I know some of you at home have the bands that we use in classes, but if you don't have bands and you want to add a little bit of resistance, what might be really good to use little tins of either beans or tomatoes, which gives you a reasonable weight, or even if you've got the little bottles of water, using them would be fantastic, and you can pour water out and find a weight that you're comfortable working with. So we're going to start with a little warm up and then we'll move into our arm exercises. So just a reminder of the posture. We're going to sit right up through the sitting bones. We've got the feet about hip width apart. We're going to think about lengthening up through the spine, opening through the chest, relaxing and drawing the shoulders down. Let's take that little in-breath to bring the shoulders up to the ears, and then in your out-breath, imagine your shoulder blades sliding right down and creating that nice big distance between your earlobe and your shoulder. So it's your in-breath for 2, and then your out-breath for 4, 3, keep lengthening and hold. Good. Now if you take your hands by your side, as you breathe out, you can imagine your fingers reaching to the ground, and if you can, sliding the fingers down one of the, or 2 of the legs of the seat right down to the ground. In for 2, and out for 4, 3, 2, and hold it there. Good. In that position, we've got that nice long distance between ear and shoulders. Tummy's drawn in. So imagine we're tightening the belt 1 notch tighter. Let's take the arms up in front, and then take the pinkies back down. So this is our arm float. We're trying to keep the back in that nice tall position, keeping the spine nice and still, and just adding in that arm float. Breath out to come up, breath in to come back down. We're going to add in a chest stretch. So when we're halfway up, we're just going to open out the palms to the side and then reach down to the ground again. Good. You're just working within your range of movement. If you feel that you want to take the hands up, just not quite so high, so taking them halfway up, for example, and then just opening out from that position there, that's absolutely fine. As you do more repetitions, you might find that your arms come up a little bit higher, but just working within your range of movement where you're comfortable. Okay, let's just take the shoulders up to the ears for 2, and let's take them down for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, a little few shoulder circles backwards. Just nice easy breathing in and out as you're doing that. Sweeping up to the ears, round the back, down to the ground. Last 4. And a couple more. And just letting the shoulders relax down. Good. Just a little breath out to let the chin drop down to the chest. Breath in to come back to centre. A little breath out to look to one side. Breath in back to centre. A little breath out to the other side. And back into centre. Good. We're going to start off with no weights. So let's think about our technique. Tummy drawn in, keeping that distance between the ears and the shoulders. We're going to take it into a bicep curl. So for that exercise, we're targeting the muscles at the front top part of the arm here. We're thinking about the elbows staying close into the side of the body and just being slightly to the front rather than sitting behind. So just sitting to the front, and we're bringing the hands just up to the shoulders and back down. Now if you add a resistance or a weight, you might find that your arms are not going to come up quite so high. That's absolutely fine. Again, you're just working within your range of movement. So that's our bicep curl. We're going to do 4 more, and think about the breathing. So as you bring the arms up, it's your out breath with the effort, and in breath as you come down. Out breath is your effort, and in breath as you come down. Fantastic. We're just going to swap over, and from that exercise we're going to tilt slightly further forward, and you're just going to reach forward as if you're holding a beach ball in front of you. Now what I want you to imagine doing is bringing the elbows so they tuck back behind you, and then reaching forward again. So it's our seated roll. Breath out to slide back, elbows popping out behind you. Breath in to come forward. And as we take the arms back, you're just imagining that there's a little gentle squeeze of the shoulder blades as you come back. Elbows stay tucked in, and breath in as you go forward. We're really thinking about keeping that big distance between your ear and your shoulders so that you're not using your neck muscles. So the muscles in the mid to upper part of the back working hard in this exercise. The breath out as you take your elbows back. The breath in to recover and take your arms forward. Let's take 4 more in your own time. If you can see yourself in a mirror, just checking that the elbows are tucked in behind you and not going out too wide as you pull back. Breath out, breath in. Let's do 1 more. Breath out and breath in. Good, coming back up. Shoulders nice and tall and getting that nice posture. Just check that the tummy muscles are still engaged. Feet are on the ground around about hip width apart. We've just got that nice even pressure through the feet. We're going to open the palms up to the ceiling. And what we're going to do is just think about opening up through the chest as we take the palms to a point where you feel comfortable. We're going to keep the elbows reasonably tucked into the side of the body. We don't want them going out wide. And then we're going to use the in-breath to bring the palms back together. So this exercise is called the dumb waiter. We're imagining that we've got 2 trays, one in each hand, and each tray has got glasses, and you do not want the liquid in the glasses to spill. So we're keeping these trays nice and flat. And again, a little check when you open. You ideally want your hand in line with your elbow. So if you're having a look in a mirror and you're seeing that your hands are too high or too low, just reduce your range of movement to a point where you can keep the hands in line with the elbows. Now you out breath as you open, in breath as you come back together. Out breath as you open, in breath as you come back together. That spine stays nice and tall, no movement through the back, and back in. Let's make the next one the last one. Out breath to open, in breath to come back in. Fantastic, and relax. So we're going to go through all these exercises with our resistance. I'm going to use my tins today. If you've got your bands, you can use the bands. If you want to do the whole series of exercises without any resistance, that's absolutely fine. So you can choose whether you want to add some weight or not. Sitting nice and tall through the spine. Tummy drawn in, shoulders long and down. So let's start with the bicep curls. Breath out to come up, breath in to come down. You decide with your weight whether you want to come right up or whether you want to just take it halfway up. It's completely up to you. Find your range of movement. 4 more. And 3. Last 2. Out breath to come up. Good. Let's tilt the shoulders forward. Keeping that nice straight back. Eyes just looking down to the ground and the tins are just out in front of you. Remember that beach ball shape in front. We're drawing the elbows back and we're bringing them forward. Breath out and breath in. The dog's coming to join me. Breath out and breath in. Breath out to bring the elbows back behind you and breath in. We're going to do 2 more. Breath out and breath in. Last one and breath in. Fantastic. So remember the last exercise. Sitting right up through the sitting bones. You come sit down here, Mike. You come sit here. That's a good boy. So we're going to bring the palms up in front, elbows tucked in, and remember we've got that opening exercise. Again, just make sure that you're not lifting the calves too high or too low, in line with your elbows. Breath out, breath in. Good. Out breath to open, in breath to come back in. We're gently feeling that squeeze between the shoulder blades. Think about that bottom part of the shoulder blade, just gently squeezing together. Breath out, breath in. Last 2. 1 to finish. Fantastic. And just relax the weights down. Brilliant. If you want to add in, if you feel good and you want to add in a 3rd set, either with or without the resistances, you can do the same exercise again, starting with the bicep curls, the seated rows, and then the dumb waiters. When you finish that, it's time to stretch off. So we're doing a few little shoulder circles. Relaxing, lengthening, and just letting the shoulders relax down. Brilliant. Again, chin just drop down to the chest. Little breath out. Breath in to come back and forward. Let's just let the ear fall to the side this time. Little breath out to hold that position. Breath into centre. And breath out to the other side. Breath in back to centre. Fantastic. Let's take one hand. Give yourself a little pat in your back. Now you're going to find where this is comfortable, okay? If you can hold that position there, that's fantastic. If you feel that you can lift the elbow slightly higher up to the ceiling, that's brilliant. Now remember the touch test that we do in classes. The other hand can come underneath, round behind, and it's a little touch of the fingers at the back. I don't know if you can see that from the position I'm sitting in, but the fingers can touch at the back. If you feel the fingers aren't touching, just hold it in a position where you can feel the stretch right down the tricep and also feeling the stretch through the other arm as you open up. Now we're going to come round and down. We're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So other hand comes round, little pat in the back. Hold it to a point where you're comfortable. You can feel that stretch right down. And the other hand can come in and under. Got your little touch test. Again, remember you might find one side feels a little bit easier than the other side. If you've got a side where it's a little bit more tricky, you might just want to do that exercise 2 times on that side to see if we can create a little bit of balance between both sides of your body. And relax out of that exercise. Good. So a little shrug and a roll backwards, arms down by your side. Let's just finish off where we started. Tummy drawn in, nice and tall through the spine, chin nice and soft. Let's take the thumbs up in front. Let's take it into our chest stretch. Let's reach down to the ground. Up in front. Let's take it into the chest stretch and reach down to the ground. Last time, here we go. Up in front, open out to the chest stretch, big reach down to the ground, and as we reach down to the ground, breath in for 2, breath out for 4. Lengthen, slide the shoulder blades down, big distance between the ears and the shoulders. Fantastic, and relax it out. Hopefully you've warmed these arms up, you've had a little bit of exercise, feel the strength building in the upper body. We'll add in another video in the next few days. If you want to add to that, remember we've got the leg strength exercises in the channel as well, so you could build your exercise program where you do arms one day, perhaps you do your legs the next day. Hope you enjoy it and look forward to speaking to you soon.